Good afternoon, people. Well, what can I say? This is feels somewhat odd, but we
I
have
can
camera
step around
issues.
this side because the camera's going ever so dark because it's actually bright and sunny in here today.
Yep.
Wow,
It's, I don't know why I've got this on, I just have, so I couldn't be bothered to take it off, could I? But yeah, it's warm. Summer is finally coming. Well, for a week or so anyway, and then it gets back to normal again, doesn't it? Anyway, Prestige, a name that, you know, describes wonderful cars sometimes.
It does. It's describing something that really is a cut above. So, wonder if this
Like
is
this
going to be.
Right, shouldn't say that, but I did have to have a little sample today while the wife had a little power nap, as we had a very early morning, didn't we? Yeah, appearance. The Leffe Prestige pours with a deep gold to amber hue and frothy, persistent off-white head. Yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Nose. The Leffe Prestige starts off with intense notes of vanilla, clove, star anise, which is kind of
Star anise, yeah.
star anise, which is kind of going towards aniseed, wasn't it? You said.
Yeah,
When we read this just now.
it is sort of a anisey kind of smell. If you imagine Chinese five spice, that kind of aroma that you get from that, that's quite reminiscent of that kind of smell. So.
Which is my type of thing.
Yeah.
It takes me to St. Fillions, although having tasted the drink earlier, it's nothing like that, I don't think. I only had a little taster. And banana. The blend of malts provide the beer with notes of hay, flour dough, white bread and caramel. You can also sense floral notes of acida honey, hints of chamomile tea, along with fruity notes of red apple, pear, quince, citrus, banana, followed by the intense spice bouquet, clove, vanilla, and again the same ones, with coriander and hints of white pepper. So there you go. I'm not going to read on, because if you want to read the rest of it, there's a really good description on Perfectdraft's website, which is very unlike them. They've also gone on to describe as you swill in the beer, you know, the mouthfeel and everything, which is really good. They've taken it to another level, which I think is great. I did have a cheeky sample earlier, as I say, just to see how lively it was going to be, and it was very lively. So
Yeah, the pour was quite coming out quite bubbly. So
that was the second pour.
okay.
Not the first one. Let's change the first one. Yeah, so 8.5% ABV. Unless I'm wrong, it's going to cost you about £2.89 a pint, £2.90 a pint, with your £5 back and your 5% beer tokens, which for 8.5% ABV, let's be honest, that's good quality, isn't it?
Yeah, that's good value. Yes.
I mean, we've done our own beer, as a lot of you all know. Do check out Hackney Church Brewery, because we were going to pair these off, but having sampled it earlier was one of the points as well, was to think they're just nothing like this pineapple Weizenbock, which is absolutely amazing. Don't get me wrong.
That is
this is different level, and watch all the reviews on YouTube, not just us saying it.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's not about that, it's about this. I'll get this poured. I won't turn the camera around, so I have to point down. So on the middle machine. We've gone at 7 degrees rather than the recommended perfect draft of 5, because sometimes we've found before with some of the Leffes, you do miss.
Yeah, you miss some of the flavours.
A lot of it. Ooh.
Okay.
That's nearly a raw glass.
Yeah.
Going for a
Yeah,
burn.
a little bit tight in there. We're not used to having two of us this side of the camera, so it's got a little bit tight.
The camera's normally forward, so I go behind the camera, don't I? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We put the camera back.
Oh, he's doing a nice pour here, and that's coming out. Lovely colour.
They're coming out.
Okay.
Oh. Whoa, right, there we go. I'll get a quick snap as well.
Yeah.
Would the Belgians or not be proud of that pour?
Yeah, that's very good.
I reckon they would, you know. I actually think they would. Yeah, I think they'd like it. Well, I like it anyway, but we've got a thumbnail anyway. We've got 2 thumbnails, one with a pineapple Weizenbock and one without it, so we obviously use the latter. And we will, if you watch this video, we are going to be on YouTube sampling this, but after the state I got in last Thursday on the pineapple Weizenbock, not too much, because as you'll learn in a minute a little bit more about it.
These are sipping beers. Okay.
Yeah. And it does feel that pro. A lot of people say their pros don't run, and people are putting in food thermometers into your beer. And let's be honest, you're really not going to get the right temperature. They do differ, you know, they can go 1 or 2 either way, which I understand, but that feels pretty much...
I am picking up on Clove.
Oh, I'm picking up on him, look. Oh, I don't like wasps. This is the trouble when the summer comes.
Caramel.
Oh, he's gone.
Bit of vanilla in there.
It's
Yeah, it's a little bit somewhat spicy, maybe even a little bit of pepper.
That's what I thought. When obviously I had a massive head, but I was getting a spiciness and a clove and a banana, but then I get banana half the time in my head. But it does, doesn't it? You can just tell that it's going to be. I mean, look at the head there. Retaining the head is absolutely brilliant there.
You do get a nice complex array of aromas coming off of this, which I think might be quite indicative of what the beer is going to taste like. I think that there's going to be a lot of flavour coming out.
Yeah, I mean that's... I'll let you go first. Pint of that, God dear. You'd be knowing you've had 1 or 2, wouldn't you? What did you think of that?
Yeah.
Right, go on. Oh.
Okay, so it's lovely and smooth. The mouthfeel is really silky. Carbonation in there is really minimal. It's just enough to move the flavours around. I'm loving that you are getting such an array of flavours in there. It's taken me a little while to process them in my head. I'm starting off with a nice kind of, it's almost a yeasty kind of taste to the malt, a yeasty malty breadiness at the beginning that moves swiftly on to a lovely vanilla caramel kind of presence in there. And then I am picking up on the licorice. And it is a licoricey kind of taste. I sometimes find it can be more of an aniseed kind of taste, which although they're very similar, I prefer licorice to aniseed, and this is giving me more of a licoricey note.
Just there, isn't it? But it does follow through a little bit.
It's really subtle. But yeah, on the end of that, you are getting a slightly bitter kick on the end, which is complemented and followed through by that.
It's an absolute cracker of a drink. As I say, I had sampled it slightly earlier, and just to make sure the machine was all right and everything. And obviously, as I say, we were going to do it against the Hackney Church pineapple beer today, just as a one-off to obviously push our own beer as well. But as I say, they're nothing like each other, so that's not.
Yeah, the clove and the coriander on the end of that is really working with that kind of licorice. It does follow through with the smoother notes, the softer notes, the vanilla and caramel, following on by that kind of spiciness. And there is a little bit of a peppery note as well that lingers on the aftertaste.
It has the bite, but I mean, remember a lot of us at first we thought it was Leffe Triple. It's not.
No.
It's not even close to Leffe Triple, because we'll do it against Leffe Triple at some point, because we've still got some here. But Leffe Triple, you feel the bite.
Yeah.
You feel the 8.5.
This is really smooth and silky.
This is not like Leffe Blonde, is it? Whereas the Leffe Triple goes along the line, the blonde line. Like we've got Leffe Summer to do again. Leffe Summer's kind of like a weaker Leffe Blonde, whereas the Leffe Triple is a stronger Leffe Blonde, isn't it? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But this one's one out on its own. It's got a totally different flavour profile.
Totally different to those. The flavours that I'm picking up in there are totally all on their own, aren't they? They're not the same as any of the other ones that I've tried. They really are quite unique to this drink.
Oh, absolutely lovely, isn't it?
I do like it. It is that kind of a spiciness to it with the licorice that's just setting it apart.
But again, the 8.5 here it's not even there. And obviously, a lot of you know, like myself, as I learned again only last week, that when you drink these beers, they are sippers, and you can't session. Well, you can. I know a few people that do, but they probably
might end up in a bad way.
some issues later on, shall we say? But it is what it is with a lot of things for a lot of people. And I get that, but as I say, that I sampled before. I forgot you. Of course, you tried the second sample with me, didn't you? I'm forgetting that.
Yeah, I had a little sip of it. Yeah, for me, that softness, the caramel on the malt, the way that has a slight sweetness that's balanced off with those more spicy notes at the end, and of course that subtle bit of licorice that runs through there. It's a really nice combination.
Which continues through, don't you? You hit about halfway through,
yeah,
and it even comes to the end, and it is. I could give it for that. You know, that's. I mean, obviously we missed the last two kegs. I did mean to talk about Camden, but I was carried away talking about the pineapple Weizenbock. Well, I didn't do Camden. A lot of you have asked me to do it. I actually had it in my basket twice, didn't I? On release day, and even as soon as short as yesterday. But right, I absolutely love my machines. As you know, I don't want to sit there panning them, and then when I pan Camden, everyone says because of the Tottenham Arsenal thing. Yeah, that doesn't help either. But normally, if I pick a beer, right, I can get it because I know if it's dodgy. I've got Michelle, and I've also got a sidekick now, my younger one, who might well like it. So I've got two chances.
It's one of those things. With a lot of beer, I'm not going to waste it. I'll drink it. That particular one, Camden. I am not going to sit there drinking. Yeah, a whole keg of that.
Shush, please.
It's it just didn't look like my thing, as the one before wasn't as well.
Yeah, no, obviously the stout we didn't bother with and everything because we almost did, but then we were just coming back from a long holiday and like you've been spoiled out there like for nearly 6 weeks. The last thing I want is some rotten old coffee stout, and that's what it is.
Coffee stouts.
It's not a new wave stout as I call them.
It's not.
It's an old man stout. It's not our thing. I've heard too much and seen too many reviews already from the people like Simo. I mean, Simo, totally to my subs, do check out his channel, close personal friend of ours, but he absolutely finished us with the stout before Captain Chris's reviews. Do check him as well. We get annoyed if I don't mention his name, but they totally finished us with that stout, and there was just no way. Yeah. You know, they tried to peer pressure me yesterday for the Camden, but there's just no point. I don't want to sit there saying how crap it is. No. You all know, you know. But what's not for us might be for you. And I get that with some people on a hot day, but from what I've heard...
it's all subjective, isn't it? And people have different...
Yeah, well, just go and get yourself a can of coal in and a bit of lemonade in it from over the road. You don't need to pour it through your machine, use some more electric. It's just coming out your fridge. It's obvious, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, this day, this is what we brought the machine for. Stuff like the Leffe Summer, which will come next, that you're not going to get in your everyday shop, and this is absolutely top drawer. You know, as I say, you know the pour was good because I poured twice before, but at least I'm honest and didn't make it out on my genius pouring. I'm gonna have to duck round the bar because I'm gonna have to give this away. I better get mine then. Okay, tough one, but it's got to be for me. Yeah, that's up there. That's the rate my beer rate. You've got to be schooling. Yeah, I've got to say 8.5 at least. It's good enough for an 8. It's got strong. It's not my favourite Leffe's still Leffe Spring. I was absolutely gutted because of the mess ups with them, which we won't go into. That's neither here nor there to us. They weren't. SJ gives it a 9, by the way. 69. Oh. Sorry. Please. But no, I would give that a 9. Actually, that's pretty good. But yeah, he's doing the Cronenberg review soon, and I think he's getting a bit excited. Not stage fright like when he met Robin Williams, but we won't go into that. I stage fright when you were on the Tottenham. Right? Yeah. Okay. Right. But I just forgot what I was forgot to say now. Let's stick to topic. You were talking about. Oh, I can't even remember what you're talking about. No. Oh yeah. We're going back to Leffe Spring. Leffe Spring was my absolute favourite. As I say, I was gutted we missed that this year. Hopefully that won't happen again, because that's a keg we look forward to every year. Yeah. It doesn't edge that in any way, shape or form, but that's right up there. And there's a lot of Leffe fans that are going to be really happy with this, aren't they? Yeah, definitely. And get in, buy it quick, because I know it is limited, isn't it? It's limited. Not their normal tricks are limited. This is limited. Not a Dan special. Right. And if you see that, Dan, hope you're all right. Bonjour.